Back into shit we go. We've beaten Xalphatal. All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Do you think it could be true? That to save their world, they might bring ruin to ours? No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can appraise Lord Edmont of our success, and we the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment to yourself if you wish. I will be at the congregation. Excuse me. Rushing to see if this log got posted. I feel like I did okay. I took some damage downs, but yeah, okay. Significantly better. Excellent. Holy fuck, yeah. 400 DPS higher. Good shit. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Big, strong, purple palette in his eye. Brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Kinliana. What news from Xalphatal? We were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for who remained behind, Mistress Y'shtola has been tending to Mistress Alize in your absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let us show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother. Oh, Alize is beyond resilient. She's a good girl.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Xalphatal, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
I take it your mission was a success.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Scions. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scions' stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Scions' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the Beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Scions sow discord and desperation, and the warriors of darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Scion himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Scions have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Scion's dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Urianger then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
I'm kind of a badass now.
But Alize, you...
Oh, skip. Bad. Look, Alize and I went and, delved into ancient ruins to figure out the truth about Bahamut.
You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit.
Best outfit, best outfit. Best girl, best outfit. Think that the three of us plumbed the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself. Had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. See, this is why I didn't do coils before I did Heavensward last time, so I was curious what extra dialogue might be included since I had that whole expedition with them. Shortly after we parted ways, I heard that she had taken the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovery. Precisely where to, I never learned, though I suspect that was by design. So she enjoyed hearing tales of our exploits, did she? Best girl, best outfit. Sorry to keep you waiting. Right then, shall we be off? Tatara never ceases to impress, though for a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember that time at the studium when the girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, "Sister, please! She was not my... We not have this conversation in front of the warrior of light?" So be it. Another time, perhaps. Be honest, Kiliana, I wasn't planning on seeking you out just yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambitions. As you may recall, I promised I would not disappoint you. I pray you will forgive me if I do. Pleasure to have you with us. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when we last met. You have a look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I'm here today because I would regret it if I weren't. That is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands, then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. Alize fucking knows what's up. She sees you, Urianger. She knows. She's a smart cookie. Alright, cat, my leg is super falling asleep, so you can stay there, but my leg needs to be elsewhere. No, you okay? Well, so you can stay there. I just need to, like, not. Oh God, my knees. My cat was snuggling me all over raid. Come here. Come snuggle. Come here. Speaking of, I also have to plug in my controller. There we go. To the Waking Sands!
What? No! This can't be!
Benji! Heyo! Welcome in, friends of Benji / Cairo. Thank you for the raid. I hope that your stream was good, including whatever little minimal bits of alt play you got to do. Best Girl has finally graced my game with her presence. And I know that you don't believe me that Alize is Best Girl, but she's pretty nifty. She's pretty nifty, pretty sassy. And she knows that Urianger is sus. Look, Y'shtola is a very good choice, but I just love the fiery Alize, you know? Urianger, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Elfino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. Look at that. Alize's not taking no shit. She knows. She's like, Urianger, you are sus, and I know. Alfie, I like his... They both have very excellent growth, but I think Alphino's character arc is much easier to follow. Like, it's much clearer of, like, little shithead to, like, awesome character. Alize's more like, haha, gonna smash him up, but I love her. I just love her. I, too, have heard tales in the recent days of primal beings rising up, only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time, to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the warriors of darkness and the Scions did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou art wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Merlithor. Ogomera stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumours, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must make certain of the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Kinliana. Thank you for your counsel, Urianger. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. Bitch, I know. I know. If I may, brother, Urianger, is there anything else you would like to say? Alize? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The warriors of darkness spoke of how the Ardor had power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask you to research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I've heard tell of a promising tome, the Gurren Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. She's like, bitch, I know you read it. bitch, I know! By thy leave. I was in the Google library. I watched you read it with the Scions. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. Alize just wants to prove that she is a strong, independent woman who wants to smooch the Warrior of Light, you know? And, like, Kin's okay with it. Not right now, because right now she's definitely too young. But by the end of Endwalker, Kin's about it. Oh, we're gonna meet a good boy soon. Oh, nope, stop clicking the wrong buttons. Seven L's. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to the Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Ah, bitch. Do you know who I am? Well, fancy that! Just when my kobold problems look like coming to a head, the Scions of the 7th Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. So our friendly neighbours in Ogomoro have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scouts spotted one stiffing around the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, will you? Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? Crystals. Kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Urianger's information, yes, but to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold. Don't question the good boy. Alright, where the fuck is he? He's gonna be tucked away in a corner somewhere. I super don't remember where. Where you at? Where you at, little friend? There you are. This good boy. Look at how good he is. Hello, good boy. Gasp! Stay back! Away! Far! Back! I'm not... It's no use! Pointless! Helpless! No use! Nope. But please, don't hurt me! I only wish to talk. Yes, just talk! Yeah. Little buddy, you can stop running. This was a stupid plan. Stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will... Gosh, you found me again! What to do? I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say, talk. So, please do not hurt me. So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could very well give one a bruised knee. Huzzah, we got him! Fine work, Scions. So, little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No. I came to talk, to ask for help. But when you soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now, let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gaboo of the 620th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin. One day. Well met, Gaboo. I am Alfino, and this is my sister Alize. Kinliana, the woman who found you, is our friend. And now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Blodin here thinks you want to take his crystals, Gaboo. But you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, all right? Not while we're here, I promise. The Patriarch, the Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him! Beat him! Fight him! Stop him! Gabu's parents said they don't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they didn't have the iron in their hearts, they would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Coke for the furnace? I did not want to believe it, but I've heard tales of foci fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too, so please help Gabu and stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise the Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. If the worst come to the worst, we shall require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free their prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready, just in case. Bitch, do you know who I am? I eat Titan for breakfast. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy. They would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them. And if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take away the crystals, maybe the Great Father won't come. Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where those crystals are stored? I know. Oh! Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. I love Gabu. He's such a good boy. Quickly! You have them all? Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way! Stop it. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother? Aye, it's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. Struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthis to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrin by another party, most likely a pawn of the Scions, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Scions? Did they worship the Great Father Titan too? Ah, never you mind about that. As Alize said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. The next one is the last and is very large, very big, very huge, very large. Though you cast about for a time, you see no signs of the crystals. Confound it. What about you, Kinliana? Any luck? No. Nothing! But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spied, spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is, where to and why? Within a Gomeru, where they were summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again, is the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them! And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth is past. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent the Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them unto Commander Bloedin's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Into Magna Zone after the Shining Pearl is locked. Oh no, you unalived while you were raiding? Oh no! The crystals, Kinliana, if you would be so kind. 2 whole crystals. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloedin on the situation. Pray go ahead. As I recall, there is an aetheryte within Ogomoro mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. No, Alize, that's you. This way! Alize, you would prefer to remain in the thick of the action. Also, at what point do I tell them about the, like, several thousands of crystals I just, like, carry on my person? Like, I have enough crystals to summon a primal myself. Ah, yes, the home economics monster. Excuse me, pardon me, thank you. Excuse me, yep, coming through. Thanks. I take it this is the aetheryte we seek? Right then. As soon as Alfino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Kinliana. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Quickly, you clods! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Yeah, they're kind of dead. They're kind of not alive. Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace. You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers. No, Alize, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering to your own kith and kin. You've sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us, together, to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdweller's convenience? Oathbreakers, all of you! Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers! You take and you take and you take, and when you've had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time, that this is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare us this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our gods drain the land of ether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. Please? Please! Gabu's fucking summoning Titan all on his own. Gabu's pissed. Wake up! 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 Seven hells! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! Alfino! Leave him to me! We must away! I like that we only remember we can teleport when it's, like, convenient to the plot. Why, the 12. How could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given us what we were likely to find. His anguish and despair at the start of the birth of Primal, just as surely as would his supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, the incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. We have one cause for optimism, it's that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Ogomuro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. And Liana, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Thank you, my friend. Alize and I will tend to Gabu. While you are finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We will be expecting you. Yeah, it's still considered ARR. Okay. ARR, T10. Oh, I need to... Here. The naval... Nope, not extreme. The naval hard. I fucking... Yep. Nope. Get out of here. I always forget. I always tell myself, hey, remember to turn that setting off, and then I don't. This guy's level 50, so I can absolutely disrespect him. Though I'm going to leave the HUD on, just because there is dialogue. Assuming it play... I think it should play it because I'm in the quest. There's dialogue. T10. This T10's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Ugh. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, it's the angriest Goron. I said I'd come. I said I'd come. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Ooh, I just realized that I might not be able to auto attack. I might have to actually fight him, because if he puts me in a jail, I think I'm dead. We'll see. If I get one shot, then I'll just fight him properly. I said I'd come. I said I'd come! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! That all just played out. Oh, that was fucking funny. I thought I was gonna be DC'd. Oh my god. Like fucking the whole fight just played out in like 2 seconds. It just came back. Yeah. So yours will come back too. Literally, it was fucking funny because he was like, I'm coming, and then he just didn't land. He just stayed in the fucking sky. Oh, so we missed a bunch of dialogue during that. Mother, father, I can't find you. Wake up! Why? Ooh, I think we might be dead. Let's see if this kills me. Let's see if it's gonna one-shot me at 300k HP. Or if he just fucking landslides me off a cliff. Let's see. The worst comes to worst, I'll just have to actually fight him. Oh, it did 12k! That's baby damage! I got put in the jail. So yeah, he's screaming for Gabu's parents to wake up. But Gabu's parents are fucking dead. Oh, this bomb boulder didn't break in one hit. That's spooky. There we go. Call the timeout so he can take a breather. Fucking no! I don't want to go back in the hole! I don't want to go back in the hole! I don't want. Oh, I'm going back in the hole. Oh, the Brocks aren't dying because this is giving me damage down. That makes sense. Alright, stop putting me in the hole. It's time for you to go. I think I auto-attacked my way through the entire Titan heart phase. I just realized I'm 99% sure that that was when I DC'd. And I just fucking DC auto-attacked Titan's heart to death. Wow, fuck. This damage down is spicy. I'm doing like nothing. No, don't put me in the hole! Stop it! Damn it. Damn it, my dot wore off. I was hoping it would kill him. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, my internet blipped there. Big blip. Yeah, let's open up this treasure coffer. We got ourselves a foil of crags. It's probably ugly as fuck. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty ugly. The Titan weapons are pretty bad. Let's open up, oh wait, nope, can't open that up here. I'm just gonna fucking delete it. Goodbye. Alright, and, you know, with that, we killed Titan. He did distort space-time for a little bit. I'm amazed I didn't get disconnected from the game. We're gonna have some wholesome content now. Gabu's parents are fucking dead as hell. But Alize is gonna show off why she is the best girl. Ah, there she is. Did I not tell you she would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He's been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he's made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he has succumbed to the Primal's influence, should that prove to be the case. He must be put to death, like any other thrall, such as the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Uzael's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. Can but watch, wait, and pray. There is naught to be gained from dwelling on the eventuality over which we have no control, much less over ones which might never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Bloedin of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news, should you be so kind as to break it to him. Room. Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. Yep, bitch is dead. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men will be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't a soul in the Maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like a cause for celebration. Now, I know you have a lot of places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I traveled far and wide with two companions, Sten and Yazel, who were very... they didn't like each other very much. But Yazel was very pretty, and Sten was very angry.
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
The quest is called Beneath the Star-Filled Sky. This man's also beneath the starry sky. Bad man.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
A little bus.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scions' thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Scions alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
But who is this masked man? If that is your real name.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done.
This masked man's telling them to kill me. That's not very nice, masked man.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast.
Oh my god. That's Urianger. He's supposed to be my friend. Why is he telling them to kill me? Why is he working with Elidibus? Why is he helping the Scions? What's going on? Fucking Urianger. What ho, Kinliana? I trust you had a good night's rest. You know it's still nighttime. I don't know how to tell you this. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals, so it seemed that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where's Alize? He was here a moment ago, with Gabu. Alize, get in the car. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it's any consolation, I've already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bloedin, something tells me you're not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there's been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know, beneath the anguish and despair. He's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, aye, you needn't worry. He hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals. This could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. Truly I am. You should never have been made to... I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much, your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them, and never ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alize. Thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, aye, there will be a reckoning. Now we must pray return to the waking sands where Urianger lives. Even though he wants the Warriors of Darkness to kill me. But we don't know that. It's a secret. I fucking hate this mount. God. There we go. Snowman away. Might actually be a real person. I was wondering if that was a bot. With a name like that, it very well could be a bot, but that looks like it's close enough to a real name. Oh, and they have the... yeah, the Mufina's earrings. They're probably not a bot. We'll say a pretty nice looking chocobo. We've heard the tidings from Ogomoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. Should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. This is by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Gurren oracles, that we might better understand what the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation. The oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every humble calamity. 7 times they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Minfilia spoke to thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and their source are rejoined, Frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul sundereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? And in essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the reunification of the flesh, and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner of the warriors of darkness described, it would give way to a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved, such at least is their belief, I surmise. That is true, then. Gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. As we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. It would seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamecan parties. Alamecans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond the shadow of a doubt. Unless thou wonder their motive, I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Urianger. The individuals who took receipt of those shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamecan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Elaine Royale's network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which retrieved the crystals without delay. Ileana, Alize, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? She knows. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alize is so done with your shit, Urianger. Fuck you and your flowery speech. Alfino, Alize, Kiliana, are you three listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in employ of, and I hope you were sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them. And the crystals too? What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by the members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Emmerich's men no longer have need of my services, I have mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and her little helpers. Ah! Wait a moment. There is more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Elaine Royale, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Yshola next. But is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. Alize fucking knows. Urianger is suspicious. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggled to recall a day in my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, Little Alamigo awaits. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Urianger? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head, now more than ever. Listen, Kinliana, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I'm fully prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. So to review, we are reliably informed that the members of the Alamegan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the Resistance's movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Gimliana, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alize and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here and share our findings. Let me guess, you came to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You are not the first to answer the Griffin's call. Well, he lit a fire in every Alamegan's heart. He's also inspired more than a few old dons to pledge themselves to the cause. Little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. I see you there, going around asking questions. Looking for the Griffin and his odd, I bet. Seems they're the talk of little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about and what he's got in store for the Garleans. What's under that mask is, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face with all the scars. One reckons he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew where he was. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh god, I'm stuck. Oh god. The Resistance? Damned if I know. It's not if I'd be any use to them. You set store by all the tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, it's time we got used to it. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. The Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are most aggressively militant group to join the movement in the recent history. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope the revolutionary fervor is not channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I'm about it. Given that you and Gundabald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Shall we? Much as it pleases me to see you again, Kinliana, I can't help but wonder, should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin. Aye, I know of him, as do we all. He and his masks have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wilrid. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you are not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken Temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient! 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I'll stay behind and wait for him. Has it already begun? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
We found our friends Potato and Mask Girl. They've been missing for so long. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it's pretty obvious you and Kiliana would be fine. Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believed that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned the Scions' exoneration, that Lord Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raubon had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. Having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to the courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin must mistrust the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was in fact not the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if you were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who's made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. Ida? What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. Mine only covers half my face. That's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now, you have heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Crystals. Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin... Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. If anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed, that is, assuming you'll have us. As I suspect, or if as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plan in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alfina will pose as adventurers, fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements, and testify for your usefulness in the struggle ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You'll need to look the part if that we maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbutt, and have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? All seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Kinliana, let us be off. You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Well, you're the ones with the gill, and seeing your friends at Papalimo. There, tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and treated to your tastes. Now off with you before someone sees us together. Clothes make up the man, as they say. Right then, I will go and change, and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. Yes, look at me. It is I, hopeless adventurer. Pay no mind to the very, very nice crown on my head, and the pauldrons, and the gauntlets, and the sword, and the really nice boots. I have a dirty shirt on, and therefore, harmless. Harmless, I swear. Also, pay no mind to the giant glowing golden robot that I'm gonna fly in on, you know? Oh, look at that dirty Alphino. A good boy. You're not wearing shoes? You got like sandals on. Well, look at us. A pair of down-at-heels adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honourable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
How'd you guess? Was it the crown? Or the scales?
Aye.
Or the green hair?
I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
That's not Mefford, though. Maybe it is.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember... Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. Let us keep moving forward together, Kinliana. We must find and secure those crystals, this time not looking back. To take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zarak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must apprise Alize of what we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I have changed. Matter of fact, I do remember the guy in Quarry Mill, you know. Mefford, but I don't think that that's Mefford, because Mefford's with Conrad, and I mean, maybe he joins up after this, all this happens, because I'm 99% sure it's Mefford that we gave the medicine to, but he ends up in Rogger's Reach. Now the Thancred has finally arrived. Mayhap you could share your latest findings? You see, we found the potato. And, Ida. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalima were here all along? Well, Y'shtola will be relieved. And also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zarak without delay. Indeed, if there's naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. Who's watching us from the shadows? It's the Master Man, who's definitely Urianger. So they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage, wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. Fucking Urianger. Yeah, we got a spicy duty right here. This is a good one. I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the Bowl of Embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at a moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall wait for your signal. On proceeding to the Bowl of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence, including a spicy duty, where Alize is going to be really fucking cool.
This isn't right. The Emulger would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12, will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle, defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice. Unlike your sister.
Alize!
Hold on, brother. I'm gonna be a badass in 5 seconds.
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere. As Eorzea's blade of light once stood by my side, now I shall stand at hers and defend this realm.
Oh, she loves us even this early if you've done Bahamut. Let's go! I hadn't done Bahamut at this point when I originally did the story.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, Alize just fucking casually being a red mage before red mage is put in the game. Is this the power of the Echo? Where's that fucking healer who keeps getting back up? There you are. Again they rise. Have these warriors no limits? It ends now. Nope, it's voiced. You were just being slow. The masked man! He's come to save me!
What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Urianger!
Yes, I'm so surprised. Look at my shocked face. Oh my god!
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady.
This motherfucker.
By thy leave.
I am fabulous.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them. Make ready! They come!
Alize's the best girl. Can't remember how to actually channel. I'm trying to give you my ether, but I can't click. Oh, there we go, Blade of Light. I can't fucking click on you. I click on the Blade of Light, dude, please. Stop bringing him back. It's cheating. Think you could kill me while I'm weak? You're funny. Stop clicking on Thancred, click on the blade! The blade! The lid! Can't channel ether if dickhead's on me. Nope, stop it. Sir! You're not holding the line very well. I'm trying to fucking channel into the Blade of Light. There we go. Fuck, Tancred. God. You suck. Oh no, Alfino's got him this time.
With this blade, I banish the darkness.
Alize blinding people with Red Mage LB before it exists.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Scions?
Just so. As the Scions flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Scions, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
I mean, we've killed several Scions now, actually.
Wait! Such methods as the Scions employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread. And soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won, and now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbert. I'm not afraid to
No,
die
not
again.
not Arbert. Ardbert. You missed a letter.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
To have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it. as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Scions must serve as instruments of Zodiac's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Scions, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tup Simati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor. Thank you, Lemmy, for everything.
It would seem we are in southern Thanalan again. Minfilia is doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way, and the warriors of darkness, too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not? Mayhap that was their wish. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere. In this, when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I will go back to Zarok and secure them. The Amalja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the warriors of darkness gave them. They're not like to notice a lone bard skulking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I'll see you at the Rising Stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalymo. They must have finished searching the mass camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. You must be tired, Kinliana. I know I am. If thou wilt permit, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with that warrior of darkness and the Ascian in white at the great library. I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew you were... knew even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. But I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. But that there had been another way. Know that I took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did. that you but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice. But even knowing what came of your actions, I find I cannot condone them. Sorry. Kiliana, forgive me, but I believe in the events of the day have taken their toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I would gladly escort thee unto the refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the Rising Stones. Until then, warrior of light. Well met, Kiliana. Alfino said you'd be joining us. Should seem the Griffin's double was telling the truth. Insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mass camp. You perchance find one in Zaharak? Actually... I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. It's just... I don't know what it is. I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. 'Twas bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alfino, I believe it's past time Ida and I rejoin the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives, and I hope that we might in turn offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures. We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida? Ida? Roger be praised, it is you! Ida, alive and standing here before me in the flesh! I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundabald. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope, and young Ida most of all. Aye, Ida here is always full of fire. You were the first to volunteer for a mission. Till the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors, and we feared the worst. But here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older. But, well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry, we were still the Circle of Knowing back then, right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and, well, as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. Let us return to the Rising Stones. Hells take me for giving you that mask. Welcome home, Kiliana. I trust your journey was uneventful. You'll be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he's delivered them safely into the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare this matter officially resolved. While awaiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Y'shtola and Kryl, and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at the earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Minbreda.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Yeah, you have all different voice actors now. It's crazy.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Scions as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I for my part shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
Guys, don't ask me that. Whenever I'm asked that question, bad things happen. Strive for those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Look at them, Kinliana. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know we will find out together.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life,
Right, that's Papa Lima's voice. And recognize it because we hadn't heard him speak the last time with the new voice.
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoir's disciple, I would keep it close at hand. Thank you. I shall guard it well. There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. Coming battle should be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then. Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is no use to me or my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Remember those eyeballs that we threw off a cliff? that were, you know, supposed to be gone and unretrievable, except the Ascians are fucking bodiless beings, so why are we surprised they went down the fucking chasm and got the eyes? The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. So it was here all along. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. Motherfucking Narrow Toll Scava. Who in our current New Game Plus playthrough we haven't seen since Castor Meridian when I kicked his ass. But he does show up in the Crystal Tower raids, so that's why we know what he looks like without his helmet on. What's this quest's name? I want to finish off at the end of the patch. No, I think that's the end of the... That feels like the end of the patch. I didn't need to mark a new beginning. Even if it isn't, whatever, we still have a whole patch to go. So... that's gonna be it from me. It's late. Things be quiet. A lot of shit just went down. Alize's pretty cool. Minfilia's gone. Totally won't ever see her again. Warriors of Darkness, totally won't ever see them again. This whole talk about another world in danger, totally unimportant. Totally won't come up ever again. You know, we got shit to do, you know, in this plane of existence. Yeah. I was gonna do a leveling, but it's way too fucking late to do a leveling. Yeah, that's it from me. Tomorrow I have raid, again, at 6:30 to only 8:30, and then maybe some more after. Depends on how the day goes. Had a kind of rough week. We'll see what happens. Good night, everyone. See y'all next time.